Good morning from Niš. We're in our second city in Serbia, and we almost didn't get here because, as you can see from the title, we were kicked off the bus at Belgrade. What an experience that was. Now, I'm going to just try and keep this short and sweet, or maybe just short and sour. I don't know. I'll see how the story goes. But pretty much, we haven't had any issues in Serbia, and the main reason I'm making this video is just to sort of warn tourists. Maybe we're slightly in the wrong here. You guys can decide. We're just making this video purely because we're sort of confused, but also just to warn tourists in the future about this. So we were at Belgrade. We were in Belgrade for a couple of weeks, had absolutely no issues with anyone. Usually after a couple of weeks in any city or country, there's always a few issues, but very lovely city in Belgrade. Walked down to the central bus station, which was, they're doing the lawns over here. Having more issues here with the audio. But anyway, the central bus station was quite nice. It wasn't too bad. I was actually saying to Hannah, it's one of the better bus stations I've been to because although it was a little sort of run down and old, it still had that really sort of Yugoslav feel to it, some really nice restaurants and that. But there was a few scams about, and then I'll go on to why we got kicked off the bus. Now, the first sort of scam that there is, I'm used to it now. I know it's part of the life in Europe, and that's obviously paying for toilets at the bus station. That's fine. I'm used to that now. Not even going to be bothered about that one. Second one, which we actually learnt a couple months ago in Croatia, this is a very Balkans thing. So if you come to the Balkans, Croatia especially, or of course Serbia, you actually have to pay generally like €1 to get your backpack underneath the bus, which is not like the rest of Europe. Used to that anyway, but there were two things obviously getting kicked off the bus, but also before that, the other thing that I have never seen anywhere in the world, which was you actually have to buy a ticket to stand on the platform. Now, you'll see on screen, the platform isn't very nice. I don't know how on earth they get away with charging every person €1 to stand on the platform and wait for the bus. It was absolutely freezing. We paid the €1 each to get through this turnstile. Now, it wasn't a scam. Well, I thought it was a scam at first, but I actually stood by the turnstile and watched, locals do this. Everyone pays this €1, or I think it's like 180 dinar. It works out to just over €1. And then we sat down and waited for our bus for maybe 45 minutes. Wanted to be nice and early. Had accommodation booked here for a week and paid for already. I go over to pay the bus driver or his assistant the money for the bags to go onto the bus, which is all good. Hannah goes to hop on the bus. We've got our tickets, and they wouldn't let us on the bus because apparently they've got to be in paper form, which it says that on every ticket in Europe. So maybe fine. Okay, maybe we're in the wrong here. But the really frustrating thing about it all was that the tickets had QR codes on it, had our names. Not sure if it had seat numbers on it. I'll put our tickets on the screen for you. And they wouldn't let us on. So they actually, they were like, no, you can't come on. I was like, this is a valid ticket. But we were mostly in shock. We weren't even angry. We weren't even kicking off with them. I don't even think I said a word. I was just fully in shock.
As soon as I got off the bus, the guy putting the bags on said, you need it printed out. You can go over there. And I said, can you just wait 5 minutes? I'll run and do that now. And he just said, no, shut the door, threw our bags out. Yeah. That was it.
Threw our bags on the ground. That was nice.
He said, if you wait till the next bus for our company, then you can get on for free. I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. And she said, go downstairs and just reserve a seat. And I said, yep, no worries. So I take our tickets down. I go down to try and reserve a seat, and the lady down at the platform says, you can't do that. So I went back upstairs and I said, you can't reserve a seat.
And this was for the 2:30 bus?
Oh yeah, she said the next bus is in 3 hours.
And we were leaving at about 11:30 our bus. So it's going to be a 3-hour wait.
Yeah.
So she pretty much said...
So she said, you can wait and reserve a seat. So I said, yep. And then I went back up and said, you can't. She said, well, you can just wait for the next bus. And if there's seats, then you can get on. But if not, then you'll just have to wait for the next one. So
yeah, we would have waited 3 hours, come back, not got on the bus, and then we'd be really screwed because we'd paid for accommodation here anyway. So that was quite interesting. So we ended up they wouldn't give us a refund, so we then had to buy tickets with another bus company. We went to another lady, she gave us tickets. I guess what I'm trying to say here is just sort of the helpful part for the tourists. Always have cash on you. That wasn't an issue. You will need to pay to use the toilet, not an issue. You will need to have extra money for a ticket to stand on the platform and to have your bag under the bus. And make sure you have the tickets printed off. Now, just to end this video, the thing that confuses me about the tickets being printed off, what are you meant to do? Like, if you're in an Airbnb or a hostel or a hotel, you might be able to ask reception, but there's no guarantee. It just seems a bit silly to have a QR code, and it doesn't really, work too well.
One more thing that really annoyed me was, I think I showed my electronic ticket to about 3 or 4 people. Like, they could all speak English and they could all understand us, and nobody said, just making sure you've got that printed out because you can't use that ticket on the bus. And I know it's probably our fault, we should have checked, but
people are going to say in the comments that you should have the ticket printed off, and maybe fair enough.
Yeah.
It says that on every ticket in Europe. I remember when we were doing the poll, we do a lot of videos around Europe trying to help people like us, so end up in our position. And a lot of people would always say, yeah, it says in the comments, don't stop printing your tickets off. Okay, everyone uses mobile phones.
Saving, print more paper out that we don't need to.
Yeah, and environmentally friendly. Hopefully you enjoyed this rant, guys. Nothing against Serbia at all. Public transport system, at least the buses, given a big thumbs down, unfortunately, but who knows, maybe we've got some other cities to go to, so maybe the buses will redeem themselves. I'm not sure. It's a bit strange. If you can shed some light on it. Maybe
we're just in a bad mood and we just thought the buses were bad. They might be better on the way back.
Wow, I think we'll be getting the train back. We'll let you know, guys, but thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the niche video.